Welcome back, everyone, to the Blossoming Chronicle. And thank you so much to whosoever who's tuned in another week to listen to another story. This really means a lot to me. And thank you so much for devoting some amount of your precious time to listening to this podcast and actually committing time to, your growth and your learning. And for all the lazy asses who haven't subscribed yet to the YouTube and Spotify channel of the Blossoming Chronicle, please go and subscribe. And if it's too much commitment of watching, a one complete episode, then you can also watch the tidbits of the episodes on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. So in today's episode as well, we're not gonna have a guest. Lol, I'm not getting proper people. Okay, I'm just kidding. Okay, so the thing is that I really received very good feedback on the last episode, and I thought, why not give another solo episode a shot? And so here I am today again. Speak to say something valuable and not just to fill airtime. Speak to say something valuable and not just to fill airtime. I've actually been seeing a lot of videos on this, and I've seen a lot of people also talk about this, but it has taken a while for me to kind of, get it into my system and to actually understand what this complete statement means. Constantly, because of the ever-changing news, and because we also live in an era where we're kind of just flooded and bombarded with information, we are kind of entailed to have information on anything and everything. The world has kind of become endless to probe, and with curiosity to know everything, and with everyone's voices and opinions on anything and everything, we sometimes even question our own conscience. So basically the idea is that silence is underrated. Now all of us, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, and obviously there's a reason for that ratio. During my teenage years, I've always been an extrovert, and I can say that I've been, less of a good listener. And also, I might have sometimes said some things to other people, kind of without thinking how it might land on the other person back then. Most of the times in most of the conversations, I used to feel that, okay, I need to have the last word. I need to end this conversation, and there is just a necessity for me, and a conversation just entails me to speak and give my opinion. Now, I remember back in school, during the various class sessions, all of us were kind of entailed to have, our own voice in the class, because we were kind of graded on it, and it was important for us and our class performance to speak up in the class. So the students who used to ask more number of doubts suddenly used to become the more valued ones, even if those doubts used to be a waste of time. But because of the notion of kind of, you always have to just speak up during a class, most of the children had this pressure to kind of give their opinions and raise their voices on anything and everything. But come to think of it, how has this practice of speaking all the time, giving your opinions or thrusting your opinions all the time, speaking all the time, has evolved over all these years? And what exactly is the status of this in 2021? With a lot of my research for this particular episode, I've come to the conclusion that most of the people in most of the conversation, be it formal or informal, just speak for the sake of filling up airtime and without thinking whether it is actually bringing value to the other people or not. Now, another example is that of a social event or a social cause. Everyone is kind of pressurized to, give their opinions on it and have a comment on it and have, basically an insight of what is going on. My parents also, they pretty much keep on pushing me to watch a lot of the political news, be it India or be it abroad. And if you have watched the last episode of this podcast, you probably know that I really don't take a lot of interest in the political news, be it my country or the geopolitical news of different countries. I would rather watch a podcast on mental health, or I would, prefer watching an amazing YouTuber's content on YouTube. Basically, something that would actually help me achieve my goals and for the betterment of my own workspace. I would rather prefer going on LinkedIn and grabbing some information related to my workspace over there. Another example that inclines with the previous one is that of the big influencers. Big influencers are usually kind of pressurized to have a comment or an opinion on any of the social cause that is there. or any of the gossip that is going on in the market. And if they do not comment, then that particular instance in itself becomes another gossip. However, not answering or not having a comment on any of the social causes by big influencers is the better way out, because most of the times even they aren't well versed with the situations, and it is very dangerous for the general public and for themselves to kind of release information because they are not credible sources, and it can be really disingenuous for them to say something. Now, similar was the case with the Taliban incident, which is another example where we were flooded, we were bombarded with information, be it news channels, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and everyone was actually commenting on the situation. As much as I understand the gravity of the adversity that this situation brought on the lives of many people, nothing entails me to kind of comment on it just to fit into what is called as a socially informed citizen, because even I am not well versed with the situation, and most of the information that I grab from the social media might be fabricated, and most of the times it is fabricated, so it is not credible, and anyone who reads my comment on it becomes another topic of conversation for people. Another most common example that I see is youngsters are kind of pressurized and they are made to feel obligated to keep their information sacks up to date when it comes to posting on LinkedIn, be it Zomato's initial public offering or be it, Tata acquiring Air India. So I see a lot of, youngsters not posting content, but I see them commenting on every of the social event. Coming on to more simpler real life situations, when we say that we're actually lending an ear to someone, are we actually listening? Are we actually letting that information in? Are we actually curious? Or are we just interested in giving some advice to fill up airtime, to give some advice of a situation we ourselves are not well versed with? Are we trying to problem solve it for the other person? When someone is actually telling us something, maybe we need not problem solve it for them. Maybe we are helping them better by not fixing it for them. We are helping them better by helping them listen to themselves more carefully. If we talk over them and for them, we are not helping them listen to themselves more clearly. Rather, we are talking over their internal voice. And moving on finally to the crux of today's episode and kind of recapitulating all of the examples.
Quoting Matthew Hussey,
we should all master the art of not speaking when we do not have something to say. Many of the times, and in fact most of the times, especially in business meetings, people just speak for the sake of filling up the airtime. It's a vanity play. It's a discomfort with silence. It's a discomfort of being seen with not be speaking. But we should all resist that temptation and wait for a moment when we actually have something really, really valuable to say. When we have something that will create an impact, when we have something that will bring value to the other people and that will bring positivity to the other people. But how do we actually filter that information that we need to ingrain in ourselves or that we need to take out? We need not actually keep knowledge of anything and everything. Obviously, people will entail you to kind of, watch a lot of news and read newspapers and everything. We actually need not keep information on everything. And that filter exists in this form. To give you an example, if Mr. Modi does, Man Ki Baat on any of the economical crap that is going on, you need not watch it. But if that information actually alters your tax burden, then it is of value to you and you obviously need to watch it. You need not watch all the information that is out there. You only need to watch the information that interests you or that will help you make day-to-day life decisions in a more better manner, and it will help you make informed decisions instead of kind of thrusting the pressure of reading the newspaper every day and having information of different spheres. It is really important to say that you're ignorant on a matter and that you're still learning. Okay, so this one was a very, very short episode, and because everyone's attention span is like a little small, so I'm trying to keep the solo episodes small and succinct. And I really just can't wait for everyone to check out this episode. And especially, I would like to know everyone's thoughts on this because I want to know what people of my age think, what people of of generations before me or after me think about this, and what are the different stories. And if you can relate to it, I would definitely love knowing about it. So feel free to comment in the comment section of wherever you're watching this: Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. And feel free to reach out to me also with anything that you've learned in this episode. Feel free to just DM me because obviously I love talking and I love listening to everyone's stories. And yeah, that's it for today's episode. And till the next time, keep blossoming, keep growing, and thank you so much for watching.